And Parkersburg residents are getting a new update on recycling pickup after the city worked out a revised contract with Rumpke. The goal is to keep costs down and make curbside recycling easier for the people who choose to participate. Parkersburg Mayor Tom Joyce said the nominal $3 fee is worth the ability to have all your recyclables taken curbside. He said a bin will provide to households who sign up for the program, and the collection will be bi-weekly. Joyce said over 500 residents have signed up for the program as of Tuesday. According to Joyce, the items are to consist of plastic, glass, and cardboard, and they should be loose in the bin, not bagged. The fee would be added to the city fees that residents of Parkersburg already pay monthly.
I encourage folks, if you believe in recycling, it's a voluntary program, and rarely does the government go from forcing you to do something or pay for something to giving you an opportunity to elect to do something or pay for something. So I hope that folks will do it.
Joyce said the program is voluntary with lidded carts that can take more items, helping prevent recyclables like cardboard from getting ruined by rain. He said more details like the bi-weekly pickup schedule will be posted once final sign-up numbers are confirmed. Information will be shared online and through a mailer to residents.